Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to your daily divine messages. Oh my God, you guys! I just said daily divine messages like it was nothing. Welcome back to the 21-day soul cleansing journey. I just did my daily divine message, so I'm in that space. Also, Merry Christmas. So my energy is all over. Telling everybody all sorts of Merry Christmases and Happy Holidays. I am going to get this introduction down, but because this is a live, I am not going to start over. I am, though, going to let everyone get notified, and I'm going to grab my glasses. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh, that is so funny. I just said, welcome to our daily divine messages. We are on day 14 of our soul cleansing journey, which means we are 2/3 of the way through. So tomorrow we're going to be starting week 3. So we have come to the completion, the final day of our second week of following your bliss. So I hope everyone is feeling well. I hope you are having a blessed Christmas, and if you celebrate, and if you celebrate however you are, whether you're with family or friends or with yourself, with your cat, with your dog, with, nature, the mountains, wherever it is that you are, if you do celebrate Christmas, may your day be blessed. And if you do not celebrate, I still pray that you are blessed and wonderful on this day. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get started. Of today, we're going to talk about balance, the importance of balance. And I kind of have a little bit of a contradiction around the word balance by itself. It actually used to be the title Indigo Balance, because talking about the balance of life and spirituality. And also talking about the balance of the feminine and masculine energy within ourselves, which is something I talk about a lot. Because especially when I'm pulling for the collective of feminine and masculine energy, I always make sure that everyone knows that we are talking about the feminine masculine energy within ourselves. Welcome on, everyone. Good morning. Merry Christmas. Good morning. Tenfold back to you all. Welcome to the 21-day soul cleansing journey. Welcome on, everyone who is joining. I hope you are having a beautiful Christmas so far. Today of our soul cleansing journey, I love that it falls on Christmas Day, as we get to talk about balance. We get to talk about indigo balance. Thank you, tenfold back to you. God bless you. What are your thoughts about balance? Because we're going to talk about, is balance in your life a possibility? Is it something that is a myth? Thank you so much, Corey, for your subscribe. I appreciate you joining our soul tribe. Let me go ahead and just backtrack and introduce myself for those who are new to the soul cleansing journey. My name is Princess Leah, and I am an intuitive artist and healer and singer, dancer, musician, and I also pull from the highest frequencies of conscious love through the channeling works of oracles and tarot and just intuitive prophetic downloads. So if that is something that you are interested in for today, or being a part of my channel, my mission here is to heal the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love. So my 21-day soul cleansing journey is about living freely, fully, and deeply in conscious love, taking these last days of the year, moving into 2025 in the fullness and depth and capacity of our highest selves, moving towards that. And so the soul cleansing journey is something I do every year, and it is something that is beautiful. It's our 8th annual. It's a spiritual reset. It's a soul detox. So if you're joining me today for the first time, welcome. We are wrapping up week 2. We have one more week of this soul cleansing journey. I cannot wait. Next week, starting tomorrow, we're going to start talking about taking transformative action. Today, we're wrapping up week 2 of following your bliss. So we're going to be talking about the balance of our bliss, balancing our life, balancing our spirituality, balancing our feminine and our masculinity, and our feminine energy and our masculine energy. Thank you, Spirit. And balancing our light and our shadow, right? Our blessings and our traumas, are the parts that we're still healing within ourselves. How can we balance it all? You know, one of the books I have read before is called Off Balance by Matthew Kelly, and it's the work-life balance between, it's actually basically he's talking about the myth behind the work-life balance. Welcome on. And talking about how it's not a perfect balance. It's not I sleep for 8 hours, I'm up for 8 hours, and then I'm working for 8 hours or whatever. It's not, it's not I work these days and then I'm off these days. And if you look at the math, like if you look at the world and the way that our work-life balance is already, it's actually very off balance. We are working so much more than we are resting. Thank goodness. And it's funny that we're talking about this today on this Christmas Day for those who celebrate, where the federal holiday, where for most of the world you get the day off of work. Some people still have to work on these days, right? If you are on call, if you work in the grocery store, the gas stations, right? If you work in the hospitals, you may still be on, working. Or if you work in sales, however the case might be. Thank you so much. You love my hair. Thanks. I just braided it. But yes, amen. Tenfold. Back to you, Corey. Like this, this is a very off kilter kind of life, work life dance that we're doing right now. And so what I want to talk about is how are we able to navigate in this day of we're talking of our bliss, and as we're about to take transformative action to live freely, fully, and deeply in conscious love starting tomorrow. How can we find the balance with ourselves, within the world that we're in right now, recognizing that there is a overstimulation work, right? There's too much. When you think about the feminine and the masculine energy within us, the feminine energy is the receiver. The feminine energy is the thought. It's the non-physical. It's the creativity. It's the sensuality, right? It's not the do. It's the be. The masculine energy is bringing all of that energy, all of those thoughts, all of that conception and ideas into the physical reality. And so hi, welcome on, Quentin. Merry Christmas. Tenfold back to you. And so welcome on, everyone being here. I appreciate you being here. So why is it that there's so much of that? Let's keep on doing 5 days a week, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, and we get like one day maybe off to rest. And we get maybe a couple vacation, a couple weeks, hours, days vacation time or sick leave that we have to work for, like, you know what I mean? So this is just a whole, I'm not going to get on my soapbox about that, but I am going to talk about why it is important that we find balance in our creative space, in our feminine space, when there is so much heavy, patriarchal, masculine doing. We cannot create, we cannot be in our bliss if we don't give ourselves the time to rest in our beingness. right? If we cannot rest to receive the downloads that are coming from spirit, then how can we be in spirit, inspired to take action? And that's where we then start to default to I guess I'll just do what other people want me to do. Right? I guess I'll just do what my boss wants me to do, what my husband wants me to do, what my wife wants me to do, what my children want me to do, what my parents want me to do. I'm just going to do what everyone else wants me to do because I haven't given myself enough time to be within myself to know what it is that I want to do, who I want to be, right? So this is so important on this day before we start taking action in that masculine energy. This whole week was around being in bliss, being in that feminine energy of activating our bliss. What is aligning? What does that alignment mean? What is the work that we need to do to stay in alignment with our bliss, right? What is the work and who we need to be and what it feels like to be in bliss? Because that is what it feels like to live fully and freely and deeply, right? And so if you guys have missed, are just now finding this live today and you weren't able to be a part of the days leading up in my 21-day soul cleansing journey, you can purchase the replay of week 1, which was releasing fears and disempowering thoughts so we can make space and make room for week 2 of bliss, following your bliss. And if you want to catch up and you want to purchase the replay, you can do so. Individual replays are available, but you can also just go ahead and purchase the entire 21-day soul cleansing. So if in case you do miss a live, you can just catch up and watch it on your own leisure or listen back whenever you'd like. And my information is in that description box below. I also am offering personal extended readings for those who would like to have a little bit more of an in-depth reading. At the top of each week, I do also do a weekly extended reading for the collective, where I go more in depth of that week ahead for the feminine, masculine collective, some messages from spirit. Today, we're just going to dive into some daily divine messages. So I do have my Star Child Akashic Tarot that will pull from energies from the spirit if y'all are all right with that. I also have the Beyond Lemuria Ancient Oracles, and then I have our 4 Agreements by Donna Gowrie's Oracles for our next steps. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I want to tap in. I do have my heart chakra sound bowl, as this is the channel for conscious love. So let's go ahead. I do get sometimes I get some prophetic downloads with this heart chakra activation. So if you want to join me, if you want to, I'm just going to ring this bowl here. Tune into the vibrations. You can put your hand on your heart if you'd like. I'm just going to see if there's any downloads, any words of wisdom that Spirit wants to speak through me before we get into the cards. Thank you, Spirit. I'm also hearing, since it is Christmas Day, to give yourself that balance of rest and play as well today. It's okay to rest, even if the energy is high vibration of being around family, eating lots of food, drinking lots of beverages, and being, opening gifts. Give yourself that time to relax. Maybe if you need to take a little nap. I think people are going to be watching like the football games and stuff like that. Give yourself some downtime if you need it, because that is also important to balance your energy. So I'm also hearing Spirit say it's not just about the balancing. The reason why it's so important to give yourself the time to balance your feminine and masculine energy is so that you're not moving on fumes. So you're not trying to pour from an empty cup. so that you can replenish for yourself. And the way that you replenish your cup is to let it overflow with divine love. You know, the heart chakra is the balance of the higher chakras and the lower chakras in coming into one. As above, so below. If you look at the heart chakra, it is the Star of David. I'm hearing on earth as it is in heaven. Our higher chakras of our feminine, right? Non-physical, imagination, creativity, and then our physical and the lower chakras of our masculine, self-willpower, identity, birth. Finding that balance for you. In the book Off Balance by Matthew Kelly I was mentioning earlier, you know, he also talks about balance for you is what balance is for you. You know, if you know that you have a high demanding job and that you have to work lots of long hours, and that's what you choose to continue to, make money or bring money. If it's something that you love, make sure there's the balance of being able to love it. If you're more in the heaviness of not loving what you do, you know, doing what you can to be in more of balance of what you do love to do. If you feel that you cannot leave your job, even if you hate it, how can you add things to your life, to your days that you do love to offset the loathing and resentment of where you are in that moment with work, is what I'm hearing for some. Because I'm hearing for some, it's not, following your bliss is a luxury. It's not, no, it's not for everyone. Not for me. I have to work these hours. I have to feed my kids. And these are, and again, if you were with us yesterday, we talked about agreements. What are the things, the belief systems that we have agreed to believe? Bliss is a choice. It's not a luxury. It is a necessity to live freely, fully, and deeply. And if right now you don't feel that you are in a position that you can leave the job you want to leave so you can do more fulfilling work, how can you add in things that are fulfilling? Whether it is adding in a creative outlet like drawing or reading or journaling, or painting or dancing or singing or running, or even just getting outside on in nature and walking, hiking. I just heard sailing for someone, so maybe you like to be on the ocean or be in the water, fishing, having the balance of that creative energy, gifted remedies. That was the program that initially started the 21-day soul cleansing journey during my journey back in 2015 that I coined here. Because using your gifts to heal is the gifted remedies. Using your gifts to align, using your gifts to balance Yes, thank you. And I love how this bowl moves around. It like spins around to you. So if you can see here, the Star of David is in this heart chakra, as above, so below. How can you find that balance within your non-physical and physical self, your spiritual and your physical realm, the 5D and the 3D for some of y'all who can pick up on that, on that terminology, right? So let's see. Thank you, Spirit. What additional messages you would like for us to know on this beautiful Christmas? I'm also hearing, yeah, the balance of, the balance of being in this world but not of this world is what I'm hearing. Recognizing that, you don't have to fully buy into all of the traditions of this world, all of the beliefs of this world, all of the, stuff you see. It might be flying at you, flying out of your hands, out of your control. So I'm hearing, if the holidays are more stressful than they are enjoyable for you, then that's off balance. Okay? The holidays should not be more stressful than they are rewarding. And if they are more stressful, then take a moment to reflect on why. What is it that is more stressful for you? Is it the expectations? Is it all the extra energy and people and family that you haven't spoken to forever, that you don't feel comfortable around? Or is it the pain bodies of past memories, of holidays? Is it, the whatever? If you feel stressed, I found myself always feeling stressed around the holidays because of these expectations, because of so much energy that was coming through. Welcome on. And, because of so much energy that was coming through, and I'm a very sensitive being. I'm a very, very sensitive soul and highly intuitive empath. And so I would feel all of the intensity of the collective as it's in this hustle, bustle, rush, keep up with the Kardashians kind of energy. And I would do the opposite. I would recluse. I would go within. I would first have a panic attack and freak out, and then I would have to recluse. And so that is something that, welcome on, that is something that I had to learn to balance within myself, and not feel ashamed of it. And allow myself to say, you know what, I really like my mornings, I really like my evenings, I really like my baths, I really like the time that I take to journal and to, read my devotions or whatever the case might be. I really like to have quiet holidays as opposed to crazy holidays, but I still have my traditions, right? So that's the balance for how you decide. And you really can. Spirit says the Queen of Crystals, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here. Hi, welcome on. We're not doing personal readings right now, but thank you so much for asking. The Queen of Crystals, the Queen of Pentacles is saying that you are allowed to get your life together. I always think of the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Crystals. It's hard to say. Queen of Crystals is Virgo energy, right? Just that getting very grounded and stable, get organized, get your life together, right? And so I'm hearing Spirit say, get organized, So you can balance what it is. Ooh, that didn't come through. So you can balance what it is that you truly love. The lover's coming through here. So you can balance what it is that you truly love. Yep. The lovers wants to come out and stay out. You see? And actually, this is a perfect example of that indigo balance, that individual. I always think I used to, I had a podcast called Indie Femme Dialogues, and it was indigo, the individual balance between our feminine energy and masculinity, right? And so look at this Vesica Pisces between the two, and how there's the two individual circles, right? Coming into one, coming together. They're still individual, but they're coming together. And then you can see, sorry if it's blurry, you can see there's like that middle space where they cross over. And well, they cross together and they intertwine, right? That's how you can balance this energy, balance your bliss, balance the feminine and masculine energy where they can merge. That's the word, merge together. I'm not doing personal readings right now, love. I am doing my 21-day soul cleansing journey about balance. If this message resonates for you and your question, then great. This message is for you then. The Sun card at the bottom of the deck with the lovers is beautiful. Very prominent energy of these major arcanas. Finding the balance within your bliss, right? The sun, joy, what brings you joy. It's confirmation of what we talked about, which is what tarot is. It's just confirming the prophetic downloads that were already coming through, right? But Spirit is saying, following, allowing the sun, your bliss, your joy to shine and illuminate on your masculine and your feminine energy within yourself, so it can merge as balancing that, the masculine energy, healing the masculine energy from the distorted, overworking, under emotional, over sexual masculine energy, right? And healing that. I'm hearing, I can't find the word that's opposite to distorted other than like aligned or enlightened or awakened, perhaps, of that distorted masculine feminine energy, right? Of the submissive feminine, and the, you know, people pleasing and codependent feminine energy, and balancing it to heal it, to awaken it to its highest divinity, to its sacred masculine and feminine energy. And if this is for, on a romantic sense, for an external divine counterpart, doing the same thing within yourself, so that you can be whole for yourself, letting the other be whole, so that when you do come together in union, you are individuals together. Just like this Vesica Pisces, you are individuals together, whole circles, right? Merging into one. That's where that flower of life at the top is coming through, if you can see it. I don't know if you can or not. Kind of. You can kind of see it. But that is the balance of the lovers. It's not, is my lover going to complete me? It's not, is my lover going to be, all of the hats that I want them to be. It's about being your whole self, balancing your feminine and masculine energy within you. If this is a divine counterpart external that you're thinking about, find the joy within you first. Find the joy within this connection, and also recognize that this divine counterpart is the external source, is the external being to your internal feminine or masculine within yourself. Okay, which means to merge as one, you have to come into the high vibrational frequency of conscious love, of bliss, of joy for yourself first. You have to continue to stay in that light. You have to continue to stay in that high vibration at all times, regardless of if you are together in the physical or merged in union. Find peace and serenity to accept what you cannot change. Right? Because that is what is going to lead you to balance. Balancing your emotions, maturing your emotions. Okay? Really beautiful. So that may resonate for some when it comes to the romantic sense, but when it comes to living freely, fully, and deeply in conscious love, of course, there's going to be romance when it comes to conscious love, because that's just love is the highest vibrational frequency that humans can experience. But in order to reach that conscious love, you have to consciously choose to balance your life, yourself, your spirituality, your spiritual, non-physical, feminine being with your physical being, masculine being first, and not expect your other counterpart. Not expect the counterpart to fulfill that for you, to validate it for you. When you can move in that truth, when you can move in that bliss, when you can rise and shine in that light and stay at that high vibrational frequency regardless, because you are balanced, that's when you can merge into union, because you are one core frequency. But you can't merge from the frequency of low vibrational codependent love, right? Third eye chakra, you have to move beyond your perspective of what you think you have to do, what you think you have to see. Pineal perspective, seeing with what your soul's eye can see, is what I think of the third eye, is your soul's eye, not what your physical eyes are seeing. And that, be creative, be imaginative, look at what could possibly come through. Thank you, Spirit, what could possibly be your bliss? I just saw 3333 on the clock here. What could possibly be your bliss, your creative balance? Listen to your guides, listen to your heart. You see, home is your North Star. That's where your heart is. Okay, so the core of creation, I love this with the sacral chakra, because we're talking about that balance of creativity, that balance of the physical, that balance of the feminine and the masculine. That sacral chakra is also with I'm hearing the tantra of sexual healing for some that need to hear that as well. Oh, and that's interesting because we have healing card with Manifestia. So we have sacral healing happening right now. Maybe that is the balance that you are needing right now, is to find healing in your sacral and I'm hearing your sexual healing for some who needs to hear that. That's tantra, of raising the energy, the frequency from lower densities to higher That's alchemy. That's transmuting from low vibrations to high vibrations. From, I'm here just for those, to simplify it, from feeling bad to feeling good. That is the healing. That is moving out of those low frequencies into the highest frequency of conscious love. Getting creative while you do that. Maybe a lot of actually the feminine energy stores trauma in the sacral. So maybe you need to do some sacral cleansing, healing, balancing. I do have a chakra healing series in my playlist. So if that calls to you to look at the sacral reading and see if there are any additional messages for you, it may help you with that, because that's what's going to help you manifest. Tuning in to your creative self. That's what's going to help you manifest healing. That's what's going to help you manifest your heart, your bliss, right? The sun here. That's what's going to help you manifest your lover, is what I'm hearing as well. You have to heal the wounds that are stored in that sacral chakra. The wounds, the low frequencies that are actually stored in the sacral chakra is guilt. So maybe you're feeling guilty about not being in balance. Maybe you feel guilty if you were to choose yourself, if you were to choose yourself to live in balance. Maybe you feel guilty to live freely, fully, and deeply in conscious love because of past pain, or because of codependency, or because of people who have made you made you feel guilty for being selfish, for being creative, for being, following pleasure, and I'm not talking about like sexual pleasure, but yes, maybe for you, for that as well, people made you feel guilty for that, right? Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. You said I've been listening to you for 30 minutes and you're so calming. I'm so glad. I know that it can be crazy in this world, so I try to hopefully, I got this is spirit channeling through me to stay calm. I'm an Aries, okay, and a Taurus moon, so I can get a lot of high energy. So I try to stay calm as I'm channeling, because that is the conscious love frequencies of spirit channeling through me. So I'm glad that it helps you. So look at this. Be yourself around others. Refuse to eat emotional poison, because everyone lives in their own dream. These are the 4 agreements of our next steps that we can take today on this day of balance, of the soul cleansing journey, and of this Merry Christmas, right? Don't take anything personally, because everyone lives in their own dream. Remember, I was just saying, maybe you feel guilty when you want to follow your dreams, when you want to manifest, when you want to heal. Maybe you feel guilty for having lovers or being in love with someone. Maybe you feel guilty if you want to pursue your heart, pursue your bliss, but refuse to eat emotional poison. Don't take anything personally. The second agreement. And the third agreement, don't make assumptions. Be yourself around others. Be yourself today. That is the best way and the best advice for this next steps of moving in balance, moving freely, fully, and deeply in conscious love, is be yourself around others, and don't eat emotional poison. Don't let what others have to say about you affect who you are. Don't feel guilty for who you are. Don't feel guilty for the creative, exciting things that bring you bliss. Don't feel guilty for wanting to rest in the middle of Christmas Day. Don't feel guilty for wanting to be alone or to not have as crazy of a holiday. Don't feel guilty. If you can't, if you choose not to get gifts because you're prioritizing your budget against the commercialization, right, of getting gifts on this particular day and taking second mortgages out just because it's this particular day and that's what everyone else is doing. Don't feel guilty. So if you resonate with this, remember, don't take anything personally. Refuse to eat that emotional poison. Let's read these real fast and then I'm going to close out, okay? Let you guys have the rest of your Christmas here. Thanks for being and rocking with me for these last 41 minutes. This is to not make assumptions. Be yourself around others. The biggest assumption that humans can make is that everyone sees life the way we do. We assume that others think the way we think, feel the way we feel, judge the way we judge, and abuse the way we abuse. We're afraid to be ourselves around others because we think others will judge us, victimize us, abuse us, and blame us as we do ourselves. So, this is so good for this day of balance. Everyone else is in their own dream. They live in their own dream. You said, no, don't go, stay with us. I'll stay with you for a minute longer, but I'm always with you in spirit, and I'll be back tomorrow. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel, Princess Leah 888, and hit that notification bell for all notifications so that you can know when I'm going live for tomorrow. If you want to continue and you like being a part of my vibe tribe as we're healing the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind, I'd love for you to stay with me as well. Refuse to eat the emotional poison of what we think other people are going to judge or victimize or blame or abuse about us. Shift out of that distorted thinking about yourself. Shift out of that low vibration of the guilt in the sacral chakra for being yourself. Move into the manifestation of healing so you can be whole, and refuse to eat the emotional poison. Taking things personally makes you prey for predators. They can hook your attention with one little opinion and feed you whatever poison they want. Refuse to eat emotional poison. Rebuke and transmute the emotional poison. Course, I'm definitely going to be there. Love that. I'm glad you will. I'm glad you found this. I'm glad you found this channel, and I'm glad that it's speaking to your soul. It really makes me happy too. So that's why I'm here. This is really beautiful. And if this resonates with you, again, definitely, if you haven't already done so, feel free to hit that like button. And I really hope that this helps you find that peace and that balance within yourself, to not be afraid, because what you are manifesting, this healed version, whole version of you, is attracting all the right people, right? It's attracting your divine counterpart. It's attracting the highest vibrational frequency of conscious love. It's attracting your bliss. It's attracting serenity, right? Surrender. Ask for the serenity prayer today that might help you with balancing. Additional message here before I close out. Grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Grant me the courage to change the things that I can, right? Which is not taking things personally, not making assumptions, and refusing to eat emotional poison. Be yourself around others. You can change that. You can't change what that other people are living in their own dreams. You can't change what other people's opinions might be when you step into your truth, when you heal, when you follow your heart, when you come home to your wholeness and your healing. You can't change the judgment of others when you manifest your highest timeline. They're gonna keep eating, they're gonna keep drinking that haterade. You let them sip on that haterade, okay? Don't drink that poison, okay? It is your birthright to live in bliss. It is your birthright to live in love, because you are love, all right? So I hope that helps. I hope that helps you with this day. Thank you so much. Yes, tenfold back to you, sweet chariot 144. Blessings, peace unto you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. And I hope you have a very wonderful, blessed, and amazing Christmas wherever you are, whatever you are doing. I hope you get the balance and rest that you need, as well as the community and joy that you need, and the food and nourishment that you need, and all of the above. Um, the light within me honors, values, and appreciates the light within you. Peace and love. Namaste. Merry Christmas. Bye.